first story begins with Hana, a village butcher. She just lost both parents to bandits. She lives alone with her little sister Mina. The whole village whispers about her. One woman goes further. She calls Hana cursed, says her bad luck killed her own family. Then Hana throws dirty water on the woman in public. Hana says nothing. She just walks away. On her way home, while searching through the snow, Hana spots something buried. She leans closer. It's a man. She thought he was dead, but then she sees it. He's still barely alive, and he's holding her mother's hairpin. Hana carries the stranger home on her back. A neighbor blocks her at the door, says it's improper, so she takes him next door. The neighbor's husband saves his life overnight. She saves him, but she doesn't know she just brought the deadliest man in the empire into her home. By morning, the man is awake. Hana walks in. She smiles without meaning to. She asks what happened. He says, bandits took everything, even my papers. She believes him. She promises to take care of him. But here's the thing, he is lying. In his mind, flashes of a battlefield, surrounded by his own soldiers. He is a commander, betrayed by his own men. The next morning, trouble greets her at dawn. Hana's ex-fiancé, Sing's mother, demands that the engagement papers be returned. Hana refuses. She's broke, alone, and desperate. A carrier pigeon arrives. Someone is checking if he's still alive. He burns the message immediately. Then he looks out the window. Government soldiers, dragging men into forced military service. He freezes. He has no papers. He is next. Hana spots the soldiers too. Hana hides him in the shadows, risking her life. When the soldiers leave, she runs back to check on him. He stares at her, genuinely moved. That night, she makes him dinner. He takes one bite. I love it. Then Mina tells him what it is. Pig intestines. He puts the chopsticks down. Hana and Mina split his portion between themselves. He lies awake that night thinking about her. Brave, strange, completely unpredictable. Could she be dangerous? Then morning comes, and he overhears something that changes everything. Mina mentions the hairpin. He learns Hana pawned her mother's last memory just to feed him. His suspicion disappears. She's just a good person, and that terrifies him more than anything. Hana runs home. Men are tearing through her belongings. The truth hits hard. Her uncle has debts. He wants to use their house to pay them off. His logic? The girls will get married soon. They don't need it. Someone reaches out to Sung, Hana's former fiancé, for help. His mother tells him, stay away from the cursed girl. He does nothing. Her own uncle sends thugs to seize her house. They tear her home apart, claiming she's just a girl who can't hold property. They don't know who they're dealing with. Hana explodes. She grabs one man, then another. She beats them all. She fights like a demon, using secret skills her father taught her. The stranger watches from the doorway. His jaw drops. No butcher fights like this. This woman moves like a trained soldier. The neighbors deliver an ultimatum. Get married tomorrow to protect the house, or lose everything. They've already chosen the groom, the stranger. Hana refuses to trap him in a pity marriage, but he hears her. When she brings him medicine, he speaks first. He agrees to marry her, but there's one condition. When he recovers and leaves, they divorce. No real marriage, just protection. She accepts. She walks out, already thinking about the wedding dress. As the village prepares for a wedding, the empire is in chaos. The great commander Wei is reported dead. The prime minister is hunting for his body, and he orders a secret search. That night, Hana performs a small mourning ritual for Commander Wei, a man she never knew. The stranger watches from the shadows. He's confused. Why does she mourn him? She says she always heard good things about Wei. He's shocked. Everyone knows Wei as ruthless, cold, merciless. She defends him. A man who protects the borders has to be hard. Who will guard the people now? The stranger goes silent. She understands his soul better than people who knew him personally. Something in his chest shifts, and we finally start to understand. The stranger is Commander Wei. The gang returns to the house. Wei steps out. He fights them off alone, clean, precise, devastating. Hana comes home and finds out. She turns to face him. How do you know how to fight like that? He stays calm. A caravan guard, he says. I learned the basics. Then softer. Your father had the same job. I didn't want to reopen old wounds. He lies smoothly. Then slowly, she accepts it. But she has no time for secrets. Her uncle just filed a lawsuit. He's coming for the house. Hana is uneducated. She can't speak in court. She's about to lose everything unless she accepts a deal from a devil. level. Hana's ex, Sung, watches her struggle. He pulls his mother aside and whispers his true price. "I'll save Hana's house if she agrees to be my second wife, my mistress." Hana hears every word. Her blood turns to ice. She refuses before he can even finish. Then Wei appears from nowhere. He grabs Sung by the collar. She already has a husband. And then he kisses her on the cheek. In front of the entire village, Sung storms off, completely humiliated. Hana and Wei stand in stunned silence. Neither of them expected that. Neither of them can explain what they're feeling. The wedding day arrives. The village whispers. The groom must be ugly to accept a girl like Hana. Then Wei walks out. The entire village goes silent. The wedding bells ring. The skeptics gather, waiting to laugh at the ugly groom. The door opens. The heir leaves the room. The stranger steps out in his wedding robes. He isn't a drifter. He's a masterpiece. He is more handsome than any man in the province. Sung can't handle the defeat. He lunges forward to ruin the ceremony, but the stranger doesn't even flinch. Sung is thrown out like trash in front of everyone he knows. The wedding is a success, but the danger is just beginning. That night, the guests leave. The masks come off. Hana enters the groom's room with medicine and a secret book. She finds him half undressed, changing his bandages. The book slips. He catches it. He sees the title. Hana panics and bolts for the door, right into a trap. But her uncle and his wife are watching through the window. The wife is already suspicious. The marriage is fake. She'll report them. She rushes back to the stranger, trembling. "They're watching us. They know." The stranger doesn't panic. He smiles. He reaches out and blows out every candle in the room. The house goes dark. Only one flickering flame remains. He pulls Hana flush against his chest in the single candle's glow. From the window, it looks like a moment of pure, forbidden passion. The uncle turns away. Defeated, they're safe. But as the stranger holds her in the dark, Hana realizes something terrifying. The fake embrace feels way too real. Hana works harder than ever. Every coin saved goes toward one thing: buying back her mother's hairpin. She finally has enough. She walks to the pawn shop. The owner shakes his head. Someone already bought it. She walks out devastated. Then Sing's mother blocks her path. She demands the engagement gift back. She denies every single favor Hana's family ever did for them, in public, without shame. Then the stranger appears. He walks straight to Hana's side. He tells the crowd he has a written record of everything taken from Hana's family. The crowd turns. Sung tells his mother to just pay up. She calls her own son gullible. A girl who loves Sung throws money at Hana's feet. Hana doesn't even look at it. She tells them where to find the document and walks away. Once they are alone, he reaches into his pocket, the hairpin. He bought it back for her himself. Hana is speechless, but the mystery deepens. The next day, Hana teaches him the butcher trade. He uses the moment to ask, where did she learn to fight like that? She says her father traveled a lot. Must have picked it up along the way. The stranger goes quiet. He thinks about his own past. The general who raised him from childhood. The fighting style is identical. He says nothing, but the feeling does not leave him. Who was Hana's father, really? A local gang storms Hana's shop, demanding blood money. But when they see Hana, they don't attack. They freeze. It's her. They whisper. The one who beat us twice already. Instead of robbing her, they offer to work for her. Hana just gained an army. The gang's boss storms in, ready to scold his men for bothering the stranger. Hana steps forward and defends them. They're working for me now. The boss is stunned. Her new crew is hired on the spot. But Hana has one question. Who sent you to harass me originally? When she gets the name, she walks straight toward the culprit. The whole village watches. The stranger watches too. From a distance, he quietly helps. He is proud of her, and he doesn't even try to hide as they walk home that evening. A large delivery of household supplies sits at her door. The shopkeeper says her father paid for them long ago. Hana is overjoyed. She has no idea. The stranger paid for all of it himself. At the courthouse, Hana shows up for her uncle's lawsuit. Her uncle doesn't come. The case is about to be dismissed. Then the uncle's wife bursts in. She drags in a cloth-wrapped body. She screams. Her husband has been murdered. And Hana did it. She attacks Hana with a pen. Hana is arrested on the spot. Officers rush to search her home. What they find is shocking. The house has been completely ransacked. multiple bodies on the scene. Officer Wang tells Hana what happened. She doesn't panic for herself. She panics for the stranger. In the forest, the stranger is running, Mina on his back, armed men closing in. He fights them off one by one. Then he collapses from exhaustion. Hana lifts him onto her back and walks. Then she collapses too. He jolts awake from a nightmare, a memory 17 years ago. His father dying on a battlefield. His mother unable to bear the shame. She ended her own life. He opens his eyes. Hana is sitting beside him. She has been watching over him the entire time. He stares at her. Then the truth hits him like a blade. The attackers weren't after him. They were after her. The next morning at court, the judge refuses to release her. He calls the official papers forgeries. He orders her to be punished. The stranger steps directly in front of her. He looks at every man in the room, touch her, and face the consequences. The whole room freezes. Then a man named Sun enters. He is the head of a prestigious academy. He looks at the stranger. He confirms his identity to the court. The judge drops the entire case. Immediately, Sun walks home with them and hears the full story. 3 shocks hit him fast. His old friend got married. He is living in her house. She is a butcher. Sun had imagined someone fierce and terrifying. Hana is gentle, quiet, warm. He is completely unprepared. Later, Sun pulls the stranger aside. "Why haven't you returned to your post?" The stranger goes cold. "I think my uncle, the Prime Minister, wants me dead." Sun stares at him, then asks the question that changes everything. Why would the most powerful man in the empire want a village butcher girl dead? The stranger says nothing, but he knows Sun offers to take him away the very next morning. The stranger says he'll think about it. The next day, Hana comes home. His room is clean and bare. It looks like a goodbye. She freezes. Then she hears his voice behind her, just saying goodbye to Sun. She exhales, more relieved than she expected. She asks him a direct question. If she and Mina were to leave, would he come with them? He says yes, without hesitating. She smiles wider than she has in a long time. That afternoon, she visits her grandfather. The old man tries to tell her something important. He begins speaking. She rushes off before he finishes. Something big is buried in her family's past, and she just walked away from the answer. That evening, her neighbor gives her a gentle push. A real married couple shares a room. Hana steps inside. He's already there. He invites her to sleep beside him. She nearly falls backwards. Then they both hear it. Footsteps circling the house. The stranger signals Hana to run for help. She runs straight into Lei outside. She drags him in. Inside, the stranger has already caught one attacker. He presses him hard. "Who sent you?" The man looks up. He recognizes who he's talking to. He trembles. The Prime Minister. The stranger goes still. The Prime Minister sent assassins to kill a village butcher. He already knows there is a reason. He just doesn't have all the pieces yet. He plays injured when Hana rushes back in, completely convincing. He tells Lei the truth privately. Hana cannot leave this village until they find out why she's being targeted. Lei walks home. He is now almost certain the stranger standing in that house is Commander Wei himself. Hana visits her father's grave. The stranger accompanies her. He looks at the grave. His chest tightens. This is the exact grave his childhood military trainer used to visit. He said he would explain it someday. That day never came. But the answer might be buried right here. A neighbor arrives, accusing Mina of hurting her grandson. The boy had called them cursed. Mina chased him and he tripped. Hana defends her sister immediately, but inside, she starts to spiral. Someone sent killers to this village for her. She doesn't know why. She finds the stranger. She tells him to leave for his own safety. He shakes his head. "Think of me the same way you think of Mina." Family doesn't walk away. She is more touched than she will ever admit. Then Lei arrives. He tells Hana it's over. Her father once protected a caravan from criminals. Survivors wanted revenge. That's all. She believes him completely. But behind the scenes, Lei already sent a direct warning to the Prime Minister. They know nothing. Stay away. Forever. The stranger hears the story. He doesn't believe a single word. That evening, he meets Lei privately. They look at each other. 2 men trained by the same general, separated by years, by politics, by secrets, now standing together in the strangest possible place, and the real war hasn't even started. Deep in the forest, his own soldiers find him. They erupt with joy. He is alive, but the joy fades fast. His cousin has taken his place as commander. The army is suffering. Everything he built is being destroyed. They beg him to come back. He looks at them. 3 more days. They stare at him. The most feared commander in the empire is choosing choosing a village, choosing her, and he hasn't even admitted it to himself yet. On the road back to the village, rival Butcher Co. blocks Yu's carriage. He brought a gang. He came to ambush them. Hana fights them hard and he fails completely. Hana questions him. Who paid you? Ko refuses. Then he lunges at her again. Then the stranger appears. The stranger grabs Ko. He throws him off the road. He beats him. Fast, clean, controlled. Then something shifts. He is about to finish it permanently. Hana stirs back to consciousness. He stops. He looks at her. For the first time, he doesn't think. He just runs to her. No strategy, no calculation, just instinct. She sees the fear in his eyes. Not fear of the fight, fear of losing her. Neither of them says a word, but something has changed between them, and they both know it. Meanwhile, at Sun's Academy, a student is playing chess with him. Sharp, brilliant, fearless. But this student is not who they appear to be. She removes her disguise. It's Princess Rina, the Emperor's own daughter, and she enrolled just to be near him. They had played chess before, without knowing each other's names. After he recognized her through her playing style, she recognized him the same way. Sun makes a decision. He informs the palace. Royal guards arrive the next morning and take her away by force. She is furious. She confronts him directly. I have genuine feelings for you. He doesn't let her finish. You are a princess. Act like one. She understands exactly what he is saying. She leaves, heartbroken. The Empress moves fast. She arranges a formal meeting between Rina and Lei, a clean political match. But hearts don't follow political plans, and this is far from over. Back at Yu's restaurant, a mysterious merchant sits in a private room with an official. Hana sees him for the first time. He watches her with a strange intensity, like he already knows her. She doesn't know who he is, but he knows exactly who she is. Outside the restaurant, women gossip about Yu. Hana steps in to defend her. The women turn on Hana instead. They mock her. They question her son's parentage. The mysterious merchant hears every word. He sends his aide immediately. Find everything about the boy and his mother. Something about Hana's family connects to this man, and he is not going to stop until he has answers. Back at the butcher shop, the stranger has made Hana a hand-painted sign. Women flood the market just to stand near the shop. Even vegetarians start buying meat. Hana stands in her own shop, completely invisible. She is jealous, and she has absolutely no idea what to do about it. Mina and Yu's son, Bar, wander into a private room. They hide. The mysterious merchant enters the same room. He doesn't notice them. Later, the children vanish. Panic spreads through the entire restaurant. Everyone searches. No one can find them. After a long search, they find the children, fast asleep inside a large chest. The next morning, the merchant makes his move. He rents out the entire restaurant, just to sit alone with Yu. Yu pulls Hana aside. This man is suspicious. I need you to get rid of him. Hana's plan? Pretend she already has a husband. The obvious stand-in, the stranger. She goes to him with the request. He raises an eyebrow. You're basically selling me at a discount. She offers to pay him properly. The neighbors excitedly negotiate the rate on her behalf. He agrees. Then he takes complete control of the performance. The merchant watches them together. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't react, because he has already recognized him. The man standing next to Hana is Commander Wei. He says nothing. He smiles and decides to play the long game. New Year preparations begin. Hana comes downstairs one morning and finds him already up. He has been hanging handmade decorations around the restaurant. Every card, made by hand, for her. The neighbors are overwhelmed, and so is she, even if she won't say it. New Year's Eve arrives. Hana drinks too much. She starts slowly moving closer to him. Closer, closer. She falls asleep mid-attempt. Then Mina walks in at exactly the wrong moment. He lifts Hana gently, carries her to her room, tucks her in beside Mina. He walks back outside alone. He stands in the dark. This man commands armies. He has survived battlefields. But this woman is the thing he cannot figure out. The next day, an elderly woman approaches Bar at the festival. She asks which month he was born in. Bar says May. She walks away. But later, she goes straight to the mysterious merchant. She is his childhood caretaker. The boy is not yours, she tells him. He disagrees. He says the boy was born in August, his timeline, his son. And then he adds something chilling. What matters most to him right now is the boy's mother. The New Year festival lights up the village. Lanterns everywhere. Hana notices notices a board where girls have written wishes for their future husbands. Many have written Sung's name. She quietly erases every single one. Sung spots her. He completely misreads it. He pulls her aside. "It's obvious you still love me. I'll take you back as my second wife." Hana looks at him. She opens her mouth and destroys him in front of everyone. Sung's mother tries to spin the story. Their companion warns Hana to stay quiet. Then the stranger steps up behind her, silent still. An unmistakable warning. The crowd reads the room. Sung's family retreats. Then the son arrives. He pulls the stranger aside. He lowers his voice. A rebel prince has turned against the emperor. His two sons are at war. The country is fracturing. The army needs its real commander. The stranger nods slowly. 3 more days. Sun stares at him. 3 more days. For what? The most powerful military commander in the empire is choosing to stay in a village for New Year's Eve. The neighbor arranges everything. A romantic room at Yu's restaurant. Candles, decorations, the whole setup. The stranger walks back. He is ready. He finds Hana outside, washing her feet, completely unbothered, not a single romantic thought in her head. He looks at his sleeping arrangements, a mat on the floor, surrounded by snoring restaurant workers. He lies there wide awake, staring at the ceiling. A country is at war. His cousin is destroying his army. The prime minister wants him dead. A mysterious merchant is circling Hana like prey. And somehow, the hardest thing he's facing is sleeping through the snoring. But he chose this. He chose her. 3 more days. Hana visits her grandfather. She finds him neglected, hungry. His own daughter-in-law has been withholding food from him. Hana sits with him, feeds him. He weeps. Then he says something that shatters her world. "I am the reason your parents are dead." He had 2 sons. One he thought was dead for years. Then 17 years ago, a man appeared, claiming to be that lost son, Hana's father. Her grandfather accepted him. They lived well together. Before his death, he gave her father a sealed document, a final testament. Her uncle found it and burned it. Hana sits in silence. Her parents were not killed by random bandits. They were murdered, and someone powerful gave the order. The next morning, a man staggers into the village, covered in blood. Government tax collectors took men from his town by force and killed them on the road. The crowd erupts. Someone is deliberately turning the village against the government, and Hana is about to walk straight into the trap. Court officers arrive to arrest Hana. She spins around, ready to fight. Then the stranger grabs her shoulder. Something is wrong in the market. Someone is stirring this crowd on purpose. Hana tells him she is going to the judge's house. She arrives. Fake guards outside. Not the judge's real men. She slips inside. The judge's daughter tells her everything. A man arrived yesterday claiming to be a military governor. He took all the household silver, grain, gold, and he has the judge as a hostage. Hana discusses herself as a servant. The fake guards almost turn her away. Then they see her face. They let her in. The imposter commander is about to get very close to her. Hana moves fast. She disarms the imposter in seconds. She ties him up. She uses him as a human shield. She walks him straight into the town square. She forces him to confess to the crowd. He is a fraud. The judge is released. The imposter cannot believe what just happened. A butcher just outsmarted him completely. Meanwhile, the stranger finds whoever was stirring the crowd. He helps the soldiers restore order. Then the imposter breaks free. He grabs Hana from behind. He wants her as a prize. The stranger arrives. Mask on. He pulls her free. The 2 men fight. Then the stranger's mask breaks. The imposter sees his face. He goes completely still. He knows exactly who Commander Wei is, and Wei recognizes him too. The Crown Prince, eldest son of the rebel prince. The Crown Prince escapes. He shouts back as he runs. He now knows Wei's weakness. He means Hana. That night, she brings up the divorce again. She tells him to sign the separation agreement when he leaves. He is furious. He cannot believe she still plans to end things. He says he hopes she finds a good husband. She walks away, upset. He runs after her. He tries to pull her closer. She reaches for her knife. He backs off, but doesn't leave. "Come with me." She refuses. She walks away. The next morning, he is gone. He left her something. Special wrist wraps. To protect her hands during heavy work, she stares at them. She is more upset than she expected. Then she learns the government has taken the village men for military service. She saddles a horse immediately. immediately. She rides hard. She rides until she reaches her neighbor on the road. She asks him to deliver the wrist wraps when he finds her husband. He tells her they will be fine. She doesn't know. He is already back with his army. His soldiers erupted with joy when they saw him return. He came back to protect an empire, but he left behind the one person he couldn't protect. Hana returns home to say goodbye to Yu and Bar. Yu has decided to leave for safety. She fears someone is specifically targeting everyone connected to Hana. They embrace. They say goodbye. On the road out of the village, soldiers attack Yu's carriage. Then a man steps forward and stops them. The mysterious merchant. Yu looks at the necklace around his neck. She knows it. She has seen it before. Long ago. She remembers now. This is the man she rescued years ago. The man she ran away from. She stares at him. He tells her calmly. He had his burned face treated so she would look at him again. Terror fills her. She keeps her eyes down. She cannot look at him directly. This man has been searching for her, waiting for her, planning, and now he has found her. The crown prince arrives at the village. He is the merchant's younger brother, the second son of the rebel prince. He enters with soldiers, and he begins massacring everyone in his path. He is not here to conquer. He is here to break her. He targets her neighbors, her friends, everyone she loves. They are hiding in a shelter. He gives the order, wipe them all out. Hana arrives in time. She threatens him directly. He pretends to stand down, then signals his soldiers anyway. In the chaos, Mina is grabbed. Hana breaks free from the attackers. She runs back to her house. The road is covered in bodies, her neighbors, her friends, all gone. She is shaking. In her rage, she finds the leader of the attackers. She kills him in seconds. She searches desperately for Mina. Mina is nowhere. She runs to the forest. The crown prince and his soldiers chase her. She reaches the edge of a cliff. She looks down. She decides death by her own choice is better than dying at his hands. And then she throws herself off the cliff. Word reaches the commander's camp. Soldiers have entered the village. Not the crown prince's men, Commander Wei's men. He heard what happened. He rides hard. He reaches the village. She is not there. He searches the forest. He finds her at the edge of the cliff. He reaches her just in time. He pulls her back. He holds her. His soldiers handle the rest. The doctor is called. Hana is suffering from severe hypothermia, barely conscious. The doctor explains a specific treatment. She says she will guide a woman through it. He says there are no other women here. I am her husband. I will do it myself. He listens carefully. He begins, but she does not wake up. He keeps going. He does not stop. The man who commands armies, the man the prime minister tried to destroy, the man who survived betrayal, battlefields, and exile, is now fighting the hardest battle of his life to keep one woman breathing. Will she survive? Will she finally learn who he really is? And will she discover the secret her father carried for 17 years? He tries to treat her injuries with urgency. 2 days pass before Hana finally wakes up, but when she opens her eyes, Wei is not beside her. Only soldiers' voices echo outside. She assumes they are the crown prince's men. Too weak to fight, she decides to escape anyway. She takes the elderly woman who treated her along. She tells her to wait while she searches for help. From a distance, she spots Lei approaching. She calls out to him with everything she has, but something slips from her hand as she runs. She chases it and nearly falls off the cliff again. Wei catches her just in time. He is still wearing his mask. He shouts at her for risking her life over something small. She does not understand why he reacts so strongly. She ignores him and runs straight toward Lei. Wei is left standing behind, hurt but silent. Despite everything, he feels relief that she is alive. That is enough for him. Hana tells Lei about the elderly woman. They go back together to bring her safely. Then they return to the village side by side. But what they find there breaks everything. Bodies are everywhere. Neighbors, friends, familiar faces, gone. Hana collapses under the weight of it all. Then she hears the worst news. Mina is missing. Hana cannot take it anymore. Her strength finally gives out. She falls apart completely. Meanwhile, Mina has been taken. She is with the commander's sister. When the crown prince sees her, he takes her as a hostage. He treats her harshly and without mercy. But the commander's sister refuses to follow him. She She quietly protects Mina whenever she can. She even convinces him to ease his cruelty slightly. Mina begins to trust her. At the same time, Bar is suffering elsewhere. The Crown Prince has kidnapped him and Yu. He tortures people around Yu to break her will. She refuses to eat or drink at first. Then he threatens Bar directly. She cannot bear to see her son suffer. She gives in and starts accepting his control. He believes they are now a happy family. Back in the village, Hana buries the dead herself. Even in exhaustion, she does not stop. Lei tells her to rest, but she refuses. She cannot rest without Mina. The next morning, she begins rescuing kidnapped children. She searches every place bandits might hide them. She hopes to find Mina among them, but she never does. Her reputation spreads quickly. People begin calling her the fighting butcher. Girls dress like her to scare away criminals. Her name becomes a warning. At Wei's camp, a message arrives. The Crown Prince reveals he has Mina. Wei understands immediately. This is a distraction. He is defending a city under siege. He tells his general Mina is important to him. He promises to rescue her after the battle. He does not explain why yet. At the rebel camp, the Crown Prince grows more cruel. Bar becomes deeply traumatized. The caretaker convinces him to bring Mina to Bar. It helps calm the boy slightly. Bar cries the moment he sees Mina. She comforts him gently. She promises her sister will come. She believes it completely. At that same time, Hana is arrested by mistake. She is forced into labor with other prisoners. There, she meets members of Jin's group again. She hides the truth about their destroyed village. When she finally tells them, everything changes. They become more determined than ever. They decide to escape and take revenge. Their resolve hardens instantly. An old prisoner becomes close to Hana. She tells him everything about her life. He listens carefully and begins to understand. Others start noticing something familiar. The next day, he asks her to draw the landscape. She sketches what she sees from the mountain. A dam is being built secretly, with openings placed in the middle. The old man is shocked. He immediately reveals his true identity. He was once the head scholar and advisor. Even the commander is stunned. He explains the dam is a trap. The Crown Prince plans to flood the army. He suggests changing the structure so fewer soldiers will die. The commander agrees with his plan. The next day, prisoners draw lots, war or safety, but the meaning is reversed. War means survival. Safety means death. The old man chooses war knowingly. He sacrifices himself for Hana. He offers his place to her. She refuses at first, but her companions step in. They choose to stand with her. They all switch to war together. They move out with the army. Everything seems under control until Hana realizes the truth. She understands the old man's sacrifice. She turns back to save him. She reaches the camp just as it is attacked. She fights to protect it. Then she chases fleeing enemies. She eliminates them all. Because of this, the Crown Prince advances, but the trap is already set. Wei rescues Mina during the chaos. He captures the Crown Prince alive. He leads the enemy toward the dam. Then everything collapses. Water floods the battlefield. The Crown Prince's army is destroyed. He watches everything fall apart. There is nothing he can do. Wei's soldiers thank Hana's group. They ask for her name. She refuses to take credit alone. She calls them the Butcher's Brigade. And far away, Wei hears of them, but he still does not know that the leader is Hana. Because of the dam's collapse, the rebel prince's compound is destroyed. Wei rescues Yu from the chaos, but Bar escapes with the caretaker's son. The rebel prince chases them without hesitation. The caretaker sacrifices herself to save the boys. She orders her son to run with Bar. The rebel prince kills her without mercy. Her son flees, terrified and broken. At the Butcher's Brigade camp, Hana meets her old neighbor. She breaks down while telling him everything. He asks if her husband received the delivery. He confirms it was passed along. Inside it were her divorce papers. Wei received them, but refused to sign. Hana later finds Lei at the camp. Both are relieved to see each other alive. A message arrives from Wei. He confirms Mina is safe and being sent home. Hana cries with relief. She has no idea he is the commander nearby. News spreads that the commander entered a besieged city. The city is surrounded and starving. Hana suggests sneaking supplies inside. Her team successfully delivers the grain. Wei is impressed by the effort, but he still does not connect the group to Hana. She begins asking soldiers about her husband. No one can identify him. That night, Wei passes near her tent. They sense each other's presence, but neither sees the other clearly. Only shadows remain between them. The next day, Mina arrives safely. She tells Hana about the man who saved her. She calls him her husband. Princess Rina arrives disguised as a doctor. Wei understands their reasoning and allows it. Hana steps in to help prepare medicine. She works alongside the princess. Then she enters the same tent as Wei. For the first time, they see each other. Hana runs straight to him. The soldiers realize they are married. They step back to give them space. Wei almost reveals the truth, but he hesitates. He fears losing her if she knows. The princess recognizes him immediately. He signals her not to expose him. The next morning, she warns him quietly. Their relationship will not be easy. Hana's background will bring criticism. Wei cuts her off before she continues. Later, Hana discovers the crown prince is a prisoner. She frees him on her own. She drags him to a cliff. She threatens his army with his life. Wei watches in fear from a distance. If she kills him, war will erupt instantly. But Hana does not act recklessly. She uses the moment to negotiate. She forces the enemy to send food supplies. Wei is impressed by her intelligence, but she acted without orders. So a punishment must follow. Wei steps forward to take the punishment himself. The soldiers are stunned. Then the princess offers to take it instead. Everyone panics at the idea. Sun arrives just in time. He resolves the situation calmly. The tension fades quickly, but Hana's reputation rises even more. The soldiers begin talking about her constantly. Wei hears them and feels proud, but also slightly competitive. He does not show it. Before the next battle, Hana visits him. She asks which unit he commands. He gives a vague answer, then drinks the medicine she gives him. He collapses immediately. She had added sleeping powder. She takes his uniform and leaves. She leads his unit into battle herself. The officers are shocked to see her. They try to wake Wei but fail. The battle begins without him. Her team is placed in reserve, but the enemy breaks through. They are forced into combat. Hana faces a young soldier. She cannot bring herself to kill him. She lets him go, then continues fighting. Soon she faces the enemy general. She defeats him in seconds. The army celebrates loudly. Then another cheer erupts. Wei has arrived on the battlefield. Hana looks up and freezes. She sees the truth. Her husband is Commander Wei. Shock overwhelms her completely. She turns and runs. Wei chases her across the camp. He catches her and lifts her onto his horse. They ride away from everyone. She demands answers immediately. Why did he hide the truth? Why did he lie for so long? He has no real answer. She strikes him and leaves. Back at camp, tragedy strikes. The soldier she spared attacks her ally. Hana blames herself completely, but the man survives. Armor saved his life. It was a gift from Wei's sister. Relief spreads through the group. But Hana remains shaken. Then news arrives about Sun. Princess Rina runs to him in panic. Her shoes fall apart as she runs, but she does not stop. She finds him laughing. He faked illness to test her. The princess scolds him immediately. Hana is too relieved to be angry. Later, Wei tells her the truth. He explains everything about his identity. He says he hid it to protect her. He feared putting her in danger. He tells her something else. Those days in her village were his happiest. He wants to return there after the war. He wants a quiet life with her. She cannot believe it. He is willing to give everything up. He tells her she is worth it, and he loves her. She finally lets herself accept it. After that, he trains her personally. He even makes weapons just for her. They grow closer than ever. The old scholar meets Mina. He sees something special in her. He offers to adopt Hana officially. She refuses without hesitation. She will not change who she is. He respects her decision. He tells her she will rise anyway, but Hana makes her own choice. She does not want to fight anymore. She is tired of death and war. She wants to return home with Mina and leave everything behind. Wei runs after her when she leaves. He finds her waiting on the road. She tells him her next goal. She will rescue you first. He gives her weapons and protection, then lets her go because he trusts her and believes in her. The next day, Wei finds Bar in the forest. He is with the merchant's caretaker's son. Wei notices something strange immediately. Bar looks happier away from his own father. Back at the merchant's merchant's compound, Yu is still trapped. The merchant continues tormenting her without mercy. A servant rushes in, holding a lit candle. She trembles the moment she sees him. He reacts instantly to the flame. He orders her eyes to be covered at once. She is punished for entering without warning. His fear of fire becomes clear. Then the truth begins to unfold. 17 years ago, everything changed. The rebel prince killed the previous emperor. His own blood turned against him. The emperor's wife fled with her young son. She discovered a fire at the rebel prince's estate. The eldest son was believed dead in the flames. That moment changed everything. She made a desperate decision. She burned her own son's face. She told him to live as that dead boy and seek revenge for his father. She died shortly after. The boy survived under a false identity. He lived as the rebel prince's eldest son, but he was never truly that person. In truth, he was the murdered emperor's son. He carried that identity in silence. He tells this entire story to Yu. He believes she is finally accepting him, but the next morning, everything changes again. Yu escapes without warning. On her way out, she runs into Hana. The two are overjoyed to reunite. Before they can move, the merchant arrives. He brings men to take Yu back. Yu steps forward without hesitation. She threatens to kill herself if they advance. The merchant stops immediately. He chooses to step back instead, but he promises he will return. He is not finished yet. Hana takes Yu to the next city. War is already approaching it. The local general has heard of Hana. He is impressed by her reputation. He invites her to join forces. Hana accepts the offer. She reminds him of someone important, his old mentor, General Wei, a man who once spoke proudly of his daughter. Wei feels that connection deeply. The general offers Hana custom armor. She refuses without hesitation. She says she is done fighting. The general respects her decision. She prepares to leave with Yu, but her thoughts are not at peace. On the road, she keeps thinking about war. Her hand keeps touching the armor. Yu tells her to follow her heart. Hana makes her decision. She stops the carriage. She puts the armor on, then turns back without hesitation. She chooses to fight again. She arrives at the battlefield. The fight has already begun. Lei's forces are heavily outnumbered. The situation is critical. She knocks Lei unconscious. She refuses to let him die in a losing fight. Then she steps forward herself. She stands with the remaining soldiers. They make a plan together. She will take the crown prince. Lei will face the rebel prince. Each will handle their own enemy. She fights the crown prince directly. She nearly defeats him completely, but he escapes at the last moment. He kills one of her companions. Fury takes over instantly. She runs straight into the rebel prince. He laughs at the sight of her. He questions why she dares face him. She answers him with action. Her movements are precise and powerful. Her technique mirrors something familiar. He sees General Wei in her. After the fight, she searches for the general. She finds him already dead. The crown prince killed him. She stands there, lost and silent. Lei approaches her quietly. He cannot forgive her actions. He gives her a letter left behind. Then he walks away. She opens the letter slowly. The truth inside shocks her completely. The general and her father personally. They were close allies. Her father was General A-Man branded as a traitor, but the truth was different. He was caught in a conspiracy. He asks her not to believe the lies. He believes she can clear his name, but she must find a specific seal, the one held by the rebel prince. Everything connects at once. Her father's disappearance and his death, the destruction of both families. Hana remembers her childhood. She once mocked that traitor in songs. She did not know the truth then. That man was her father. Wei lost everything because of that betrayal. Her father died on the battlefield. His mother could not survive the grief. His entire world collapsed. Now she understands everything. And one question destroys her inside. How can Wei love her when her father destroyed his life? At the Crown Prince's camp, a new plan forms. The merchant reveals Hana's identity. He pushes the Crown Prince toward revenge. He wants both sides to destroy each other, because if they fall, he becomes the last heir. The throne would be his. That is his true goal. At General Wee's memorial, soldiers speak badly. They insult Hana's father openly. She tries to stop them, but they refuse to listen. Wei arrives and silences them, but standing beside her creates distance. She feels guilt rising inside her. She makes a painful decision. She cuts ties with him. She tells him to treat her as a colleague. He refuses to accept it. He tells her he will never love anyone else because he cannot live without her, but she walks away anyway. The next day, Lei visits Hana and apologizes for stopping Wei earlier. She accepts calmly. He brings good news. Yu and Bar are safe, living peacefully with Mina. Hana feels relieved. An imperial servant arrives with promotions. Hana and her team become rank 5 officers. Lei is promoted too, now working beside her and leading the army. He begins training her in strategy and formations, but Hana cannot read. Every tutor quits. Lei tries teaching her himself, but ends up exhausted. Outside, soldiers argue about Hana's future. Lei shuts them down, calling her his sister. When he tells her this, she says the same, calling him her brother, quietly breaking his heart. Meanwhile, the Crown Prince's mother storms in, furious, broken, and out of control. She lashes out at the merchant, blaming him for everything. Her husband is dead, her son imprisoned, and to her, this is all his doing. The merchant stays calm, too calm. He calls her mother softly and denies everything, acting innocent, but she doesn't believe a word. She snaps and exposes the truth. He is not her real son. She raised him, trusted him, made him family, and he repaid her by turning her son into an enemy. Silence fills the room, then everything changes. The merchant steps forward. His expression turns cold, and without hesitation, he kills her. No struggle, no emotion, just a clean, brutal end. After that, he moves quickly. He finds a man who looks like him, kills him, and places the body beside hers. Now it looks like both of them are dead. He has erased himself. Then he approaches her. There has been distance between them, but he closes it. He tells her everything. Her father was framed, just like his own. The same conspiracy destroyed both families. He never truly blamed her. Then he says it clearly. He still loves her, and this time, there is no doubt. He promises to stand by her, no matter what, to uncover the truth together. He pulls her into an embrace. For the first time in a long time, they are united again. Meanwhile, in prison, the Crown Prince learns the truth. Everything collapses at once. The merchant was never his brother. He killed their father. He killed his mother. He was behind everything. Rage takes over. The Crown Prince escapes. Nothing can stop him now. He confronts the merchant directly, demanding answers. He lays out everything he knows, fearless. The merchant listens, then lies again. He plays the role perfectly, calling him brother, claiming they were separated. His voice shakes, his eyes fill with tears. It feels real until suddenly he attacks. No warning, no hesitation. He kills the Crown Prince. The prince falls, and the merchant walks away cold and unmoved. But it's not over. The Crown Prince is still alive, barely. His friend arrives just in time. He struggles to speak, holding on to his final breath. He gives her one last message. Take this to Hana, she will understand. Meanwhile, Princess Rina hears rumors. The Emperor wants her to marry Wei. She becomes furious instantly. She refuses the idea completely. Sun hears this as well. He goes to see her immediately. He finally confesses everything. He cannot hide it anymore. He loved her before knowing her status. After learning the truth, he was afraid. Palace politics once destroyed his family. He did not want that again, but he made a decision. He spoke to his family. He received their blessing. He chose her anyway. He asks her to leave the palace life, to live quietly with him. She cannot believe his words. Then she says yes. At the palace, the Emperor's sister returns. She storms in without warning. She grabs a pillow immediately and attacks her younger brother. He runs away in panic. She scolds him harshly. She tells him to act like a ruler, to prove himself properly. This time, he listens. Her words affect him deeply. He decides to take action. He seeks real support. He goes to the Prime Minister. He asks for backing directly. He fears losing his throne. He wants protection. The Prime Minister gives no comfort. He gives him a clear path instead. Prove yourself to the people. Bring the heroes to the capital. The Emperor understands the message. He sends invitations immediately. Hana, Lei, and the army are called. The stage is set. The next day, Hana arrives. arrives. The city welcomes her warmly. People admire her achievements, especially the women. Wei is there waiting. She smiles when she sees him. Inside the court, tension rises again. The ministers oppose her openly. They question her position. They reject her authority. Lei defends her without hesitation. He supports her fully. Hana speaks confidently. She calls herself a butcher. She knows how to handle beasts. The ministers understand the meaning. They fall silent immediately. The young emperor watches her closely. He is impressed by her presence. He asks if she is married. She avoids revealing the truth. She describes her husband simply, a man who went to war and never returned. The emperor suggests something bold. Maybe she should move on. The prime minister stops him. The moment ends quietly. As she leaves, she is warned. The prime minister speaks directly. He tells her to step back. It would be safer. Hana does not forget, but she does not stay quiet. She destroys his carriage outside. He falls hard in anger. That night, she celebrated. Her team stands beside her. But later, she slips away. She meets Wei in secret. Wei is not supposed to be there, but he came anyway. They share a quiet moment, away from everyone else. Back in the village, danger returns. Soldiers appear suddenly. Wei's men defend the people. They push the attackers back. But something is wrong. Yu and Bar are missing again. They have been taken once more. The danger is not over. Yu wakes up with the merchant. He has found her again. He even brings her servant. She stays calm for now. She pretends to cooperate. She waits for the right moment. She trusts Hana will come. She holds on to that hope. The next day, Wei brings news. He can stay in the capital now. Hana is genuinely happy. Her team feels relieved. The night of the royal banquet arrives. Hana meets Wei secretly before it begins. The emperor has been writing her a poem. She is quietly glad she cannot read it. The emperor continues to pressure her. He asks her to marry him instead, or let him rescue her from her marriage. He refuses to let the idea go. Hana answers calmly. She already sent a divorce agreement to her husband, Commander Wei, and he is still her real husband. The emperor freezes in shock. He did not expect that answer. He mutters that she should have told him, but she simply laughs and leaves. From the crowd, she watches Wei enter. His presence fills the entire capital. His arrival is powerful and undeniable. She feels proud of him in silence. Wei goes to his family home. It is the anniversary of his mother's death. There, he meets his uncle. The prime minister waits for him. The atmosphere is cold immediately. Wei knows his uncle's intentions. He opposes the emperor openly and seeks to take power. Wei does not hold back. He confronts him directly. He reminds him of everything he endured, all the pain he caused him. His uncle, the prime minister, strikes him. Wei does not fight back. He stands there and accepts it. But the moment shifts suddenly. Hana arrives just in time. She pays respect to his mother. Wei takes her hand firmly. He makes his feelings clear. He declares his love openly. He says they will never be separated. His uncle watches from the shadows. Bitterness fills his eyes. Hana takes Wei away from there. She treats his wounds carefully. She scolds him gently, but her care is full of love. Meanwhile, Yu finds the seal that Hana has been desperately searching for, the one that can clear her father's name. She takes it quietly from the merchant while he sleeps and passes it to his servant. She tells her to flee immediately and bring it to Hana in the capital. The servant asks if Yu will come too. Yu refuses. She says he will burn the world down looking for her. It is better she stays behind and buys time. She tells the servant to go and never back in the capital. Wei pretends to leave the emperor's banquet to change clothes, but instead, he slips away into the forbidden palace to meet Princess Rina. This is the palace of concubine Qi, the one who died in a fire 17 years ago. Only one servant survived, and she has lost her mind. Before Wei can react, she reveals one shocking truth. Qi was pregnant when she died. Then suddenly, incense smoke fills the room. The princess and the servant collapse instantly. Outside, the emperor's guards arrive, ready to arrest Wei, accusing him of improper conduct with the princess. But Wei fights through the drugged smoke. He forces himself to stay conscious and escapes just in time. He runs straight into Hana. She hides him immediately. The drugs are still affecting him. He is on the edge of losing control. She silences him and keeps him hidden. Then everything escalates. The palace wing where the princess is held suddenly catches fire. Her mother panics and begs the emperor to act. But as always, he hesitates. Before anyone else can move, Sun steps in. He ignores the danger and rescues the princess himself. The next morning, Wei faces the emperor calmly. He tells him the truth. The drink you gave me last night was poisoned. The meaning is clear. The emperor had secretly aligned with Lei's grandfather to move against Wei. But before the situation can turn, Lei walks in and shocks everyone. He claims it was him in the Forbidden Palace with the princess, that he went there to confess his love. Everyone is stunned that he just saved Wei by exposing himself. They are now forced to blame the emperor's own servant instead, claiming the servant planted the drug to take revenge on Wei for cutting off his ear. Wei listens to this explanation, then draws his sword and cuts off the servant's head in front of everyone without a single word. The entire court freezes in fear. Afterward, Lei's grandfather meets the merchant and reveals everything. It becomes clear he has been secretly planning to remove the emperor all along, but first he needed to weaken him, so he turned him against both Wei and the prime minister, and it worked. Meanwhile, Hana wakes to news. Yu's package has arrived. The seal is safe, but the servant who carried it is dead. The merchant found out. He sent men to stop it. They failed to recover the seal, but still killed her. Then he turns to Yu. Cold and calm, he tells her. When he becomes emperor, she will be his empress. She refuses without hesitation, so he chains her. Back in the capital, Hana now holds the seal, but one final piece is missing. That piece comes from the crown prince's companion. Once filled with revenge, she chooses forgiveness instead. She understands now. Her brother caused everything himself, so she gives Hana the final piece. Hana is moved, but she barely has time to breathe, because suddenly everything turns. The truth spreads across the capital. She is the daughter of a traitor, and the same people who once threw flowers at her feet now throw garbage at her in the streets. She keeps walking. Lei and her companions walk beside her and shield her. She does not stop moving until she reaches the great city drum. The drum a citizen beats when demanding the emperor convene an urgent court. She beats it herself. The emperor hears it from inside. He is afraid to act, but his older sister, the princess, comes to him and pushes him. He finally summons all the ministers. Hana stands before the entire court and declares that her father was never a traitor. She presents the seal herself and explains it was the rebel prince who took it and stopped the supplies from reaching the army, not her father. The seal is confirmed as genuine, but the prime minister continues to cast doubt until Wei's own cousin steps forward and reveals a letter his mother left him before she died. The truth finally comes out. A letter reveals everything. The prime minister abandoned the army mid-mission to save Qi, the woman he loved. That single choice led to a chain of destruction. But while the truth unfolds inside the court, war begins outside. The merchant storms the palace with his army. Lei's grandfather stands with him. Panic spreads. The emperor hides. When the merchant enters, Wei orders his arrest. For a moment, control returns, but then the prime minister's army attacks from another side. Wei and his allies are outnumbered until his own army arrives behind them. The balance shifts instantly. Battle erupts inside the palace. Wei faces his own uncle. In the chaos, the merchant is struck by an arrow and falls from the palace wall. But Yu is chained to him. She is dragged over the edge. At the last second, Hana catches her. She screams for him to let go. He says he cannot let go of what he loves, then proves himself wrong. He releases the chain and falls alone. Below, the war ends. Wei wins. He moves to arrest his uncle, but an arrow flies. The prime minister's son steps in and takes it. He dies, protecting a man his father never valued. Wei is shaken. Then the prime minister's wife appears. She asks Wei to spare her husband from execution. She tells him whatever he did, he was always a good man. Then they go together to listen outside the prime minister's prison cell. They overhear him confessing to the head scholar everything from 17 years ago was a conspiracy orchestrated by the previous emperor himself. That emperor arranged the destruction of the generals and ministers who were not loyal enough to him. He did not foresee that his own relative would turn against him afterward and pay with his life for that mistake. Wei and Hana stand in silence outside the cell and take it all in. The head scholar passes away quietly inside. After this, Bar is named ruler. He is the last of the rightful bloodline. He is very young. He meets ministers in the morning and plays with Mina at night. Mina asks him, now that he is emperor, can he make her a princess? He smiles and says, a princess is not enough. Mina will be his empress, he promises. Later, his mother agrees, but tells him to ask her again when they are older. At last, the heroes return home. Wei, Hana, Jin, and the others walk back together. Their neighbor cries with joy when she sees them. But peace doesn't last. Trouble rises again at the borders. So once again, they choose to face it together. Because in the end, their story was never just chance. It was written long before they were born. A promise made by their mothers, before they even took their first breath. So now I want to hear from you. If you were Wei, would you still choose Hana? Knowing the truth, knowing who she really is? Tell me in the comments. And before you go, don't wait. Subscribe right now. Your support keeps this story alive, keeps every recap coming, keeps this journey moving forward. We're building something big here, and you're part of it. If you're already with us, share this with just one K-drama fan. Just one. Thanks for being part of this story. We'll meet again soon.